Go.
Out on the lake, we're headed out to a special place. We love it, just a few folks know. There's no signing up.
We're here at Poon Lake in Pike County, Ohio, where Gunner Davis is going to teach you how to fish with the square bill crankbait. Folks, what I'm fishing here is a Lucky Crafts 1.5 square bill crankbait designed by Rick Clun himself, the man, 4 Bassmaster Classic wins, one of the best anglers of all time. Fishing on a 7-foot medium crankbait rod, Skeet Reese designed, with a 6.3-to-1 Abu Garcia Black Max reel with a 12-pound Berkeley Vanish fluorocarbon. What I'm fishing here is a shallow flat, extends all the way out through them bushes. It's only about 5 feet at most. What I'm fishing, what I like to do is go to the spot where I'm fishing and use this bait to find fish and try to get a little pattern. You got any questions?
Yeah, Mr. Davis, Mr. Davis.
You're in the back there, sir. When it's cold like this, what kind of bait do you suggest I use?
Well, you know, I'll throw just about anything. Yeah, the cold weather does affect it, but knowing how to fish it is the key. When it's cold like this, you know, with this cold front, water temperature will go down a little bit, and the bass will get real lethargic. Whatever you fish with, you just got to fish it through. Fish it slow. I'll throw crankbait, square bill, mainly, you know, real in real slow. I'll fish a blue and black jig. That's the best color of jig, in my opinion. I'll throw some topwater. Most people like to get away from the topwater when it comes into this cold weather, but I'll fish it all day long. I love topwater bite. Anybody else?
Mr. Davis. Mr.
You
Davis.
in the back.
How do you suggest I get sponsors?
What was that, sir?
How do you suggest I get sponsors?
Well, you know, I've been lucky. I'm sponsored by Tackle Warehouse, Berkeley, and Abu Garcia. And when I was 12 years old, I fished my first bass tournament, and I won it over at Lake White. And ever since then, I go fish tournaments. That's what I do. Get my name out there. You know, everybody sees me pull up. They know who I am, and I'm very fortunate to be able to say that I fish for a living. You know, God's really helped me out. You know, I'm very fortunate. I don't take anything for granted. You know, I'm just doing my thing. Anybody else? Yeah, you, sir.
Mr. Davis, how do you suggest I cast on a windy day?
Well, are you fishing bait caster or spinning reel?
Bait caster.
Well, what I like to do on a windy day with a bait caster, of course, thrown into the wind is your hardest part. Especially with a bait caster, you almost get backlash every time. But what I like to do is keep my bait low when I throw it, and I'll do that for you real quick. All you gotta do is keep it low like that, and it keeps it below the wind, and normally don't have an effect. But you really can't do that yet. I prefer to go to a spinning reel. They're always good. Anybody else?
Yes, Mr. Davis.
You, sir, in the back there.
Do you suggest braided over fluorocarbon?
Well, you know, it's a very good question. Just different techniques, you know, if I'm fishing heavy vegetation like grass or a bunch of wood, I'll throw braid. I mean, just depends on what I'm doing. If I'm flipping into the heavy cover, like I said, or trying to pull out some big largemouth, spawning, I'll go braid, especially on topwater bites like a Lucky Craft gunfish, walk the dog action. You want to throw you want to be able to throw that thing, 175 feet out there in the water, but you want to be able to have a line strong enough to reel that sucker in. But in anything else, I stick with fluorocarbon. Any other questions?
Yes, Mr. Davis.
Yes, sir.
What do you suggest on like a hot day with blue skies? What bait?
Well, hot day. What I like to do is find shade. Once I find shade, a worm, a Cinco, fishing it wacky style, is real good, But really, it don't matter. A spinner bait, buzz bait, crankbait. Anything's gonna catch a fish if you just give it time. Patience is the key. Anybody else?
Yes, Mr. Davis.
Yes, sir.
Every one of my friends always catches fish. What baits did I get to make me catch more fish, or is it just where I fish, or what?
And that's a very good question, and see, the thing is, like I said, you gotta have patience. If you, I've fished around with buddies, that are using the same exact bait as I am, and I'm not catching no fish, and they're pulling them in left and right, and you just gotta give it time. You just got there and keep throwing it, and just find different ways to reel it in, a slow, steady retrieve or a fast, rapid retrieve is good. But patience is what I'd have to say about that. Alright, anybody else? Alright, that's it. I'd like to thank Lucky Craft where I get all my fine lures like this one and my line and reel, rod. Abu Garcia, for all my reels, vertically vanished fluorocarbon, best fluorocarbon out on the market. Jaw tobacco, Levi Garrett jaw tobacco, best there is, and Chevrolet. Without them, without my Chevy truck, I can't get to any of the lakes that I'm lucky to fish. And real tree camouflage. On a nice cool day like it is today, nice hoodie is nice to keep me warm. And that's about it. So I'd like to say thank you guys for staying tuned and watching this video. And maybe one day I'll see you out on the water. Have a good day.
Today's Learn the Lure is brought to you by Levi Garrett Chewing Tobacco, Chevrolet Trucks, Real Tree Camo, Abu Garcia Reels and Rods, and the Skeet Reese Crankbait Rod. I'd like to thank all you watching. Join us next week where we learn the spinning reel.